Welcome friends in science lecture 4. For today we are going to start with types of chemical reactions. The different types of chemical reactions we are going to learn today. Today basically we are going to learn two types of reactions, but there are many more. Combination reaction is there, decomposition reaction is there, exothermic reaction, endothermic reactions, displacement reaction, double displacement reaction, oxidation reaction, reduction reaction. So these are many different types of reactions that we are going to learn stepwise. Today we are going to start with combination reaction. Now what is a combination reaction? Combination reaction is nothing but the reaction in which two or more substances combine to give a single product. Only one single product is formed. Such type of reactions are called as combination reactions. It can be two reactant, it can be more than two reactant, but the product is always a single product. So single product is formed at the end of the reaction is called as a combination reaction. For an example, like you are able to see calcium oxide reacting in the presence of oxygen. Now you are able to see these calcium particles or crystals of the calcium which is put inside in this experiment inside the water molecules, that is water which is kept in the beaker. It starts reacting slowly and you are able to see that it is starting forming the vapors, or that is a steam which has been produced due to the amount of heat produced inside it. So this is a kind of a reaction in which the heat is produced, and you are able to see now that continuously this calcium oxide reacting with water molecules forms calcium hydroxide, which is called as a slag line. So lastly you are able to see the formation of slag line, which is a milky, it is not actually a milky solution, but yes, one way it is a milky solution which is formed, but it is insoluble inside the water. Now the next part, the next reaction that is being shown to you is carbon. You are able to see this coal which is burning in the presence of oxygen, but when it is being put inside this conical flask which is having an excess amount of oxygen, burns with a very bright flame and burns very high with very high flame, which shows that an excess amount of heat energy is produced, forming carbon dioxide and water molecules, right? So carbon dioxide is being formed, basically CO2, and some amount of heat is being formed, right? Excess rather is formed due to the high flame which is being produced by burning of coal. Water molecule is formed by combination of hydrogen and oxygen also, but as it is a transparent gases, we cannot take out this we cannot show any way out how the water molecules are formed. Yes, nowadays the cars and other things are being built where hydrogen is used as a fuel and the oxygen cylinders are kept, and lastly the product which is formed is water molecules. So this type of reactions where lastly, as you saw in the first one, calcium hydroxide was formed, that is slag line was formed by calcium oxide reacting with water molecules. Second reaction we saw that carbon reacts in the presence of oxygen combined to give you carbon dioxide and the heat was produced. And in third reaction, as we saw that the hydrogen, the hydrogen is combining with oxygen forming water molecules. So these type of three reactions, as we have just taken as an example, shows the combination reaction. Now two things that we are supposed to learn in the last three reactions, that the heat is produced. Now heat producing and acceptant is categorized in two types of reactions. One is called as an exothermic reaction and second is called as an endothermic reaction. Heat is released in the formation of the products. Such kind of reactions are called as an exothermic reaction. So there are many exothermic reactions. Methane reacting, methane gas, that is ch-4, as you are able to see the reaction, reacting with oxygen produce carbon dioxide and water molecules. Here see, we cannot say that one reaction is categorized for one particular type of reaction only. It can be spoken as many different types of reaction also. Like here we cannot speak this particular reaction. Starting in that we have seen the types of reaction as an exothermic reaction also, because they were producing heat. Here this reaction is not a combination reaction, but still it is an exothermic reaction. Now seeing this experiment, we are able to see that the methane gas, the burning of the Bunsen burner which is having a methane gas which is been burning, and now it is been put slowly after burning, after few seconds when it is burning, it has been put at the lower side of the pipeline, and the methane gas is burning, that is getting combustion, I would rather say, in the presence of oxygen, and it has been passing the products which has been produced, an amount of heat energy which is you are able to see in the form of a flame, and the products are passing, and the products that are passing producing carbon dioxide and water molecules. Also we can confirm that the carbon dioxide is formed at the end of the reaction by passing into lime water. So you are able to see that this particular gas is been passed into a lime water, turns milky, and the heat amount of is produced in the form of a flame. So exothermic reaction, and the end of it produces heat energy. The second reaction I would say is respiration, which is very common. We respire, constantly we respire. So what is the reason for respiring is nothing but breaking down of molecules, as I told you before also. Like the glucose that we have eaten up and it's stored inside our body, in the presence of oxygen during respiration, we break down this energy and form into form of an carbon dioxide and water molecules. An amount of heat energy is produced. That's why the amount of heat energy is released inside our body, and that amount of heat energy we are utilizing as our basic energy. When you are running, you are able to see you are breaking down lot of amount of your energy. That's why the lot of amount of heat energy is produced inside your body, and you start respiring. Perspiration is produced inside your body, and you start sweating. That shows that lot of amount of heat is produced inside your body when you are running and either walking very fast. So this type of reactions are called as an exothermic reaction. Exactly opposite to it, when the amount of heat energy during the formation of the product is consumed or absorbed, I would say, such type of reactions are called as an endothermic reaction. Like in the refrigerator, you are able to see many of the gases, but in older refrigerator we used to have ammonia as a gas. Still also in bigger plants we are having ammonia only. So this ammonia gas is passed, and any of the reactant, it absorbs the amount of heat energy from the rice and dal and many of the different things. Why we keep in the refrigerator? Because this ammonia gas is there in older refrigerators. Nowadays we are using HFC, that is hydrofluorocarbons 134A. Before that we used to, the same type of endothermic reaction it performs, but before that ammonia was being used. Why I am taking it? Because it is a simple reaction that you will be able to understand. Absorbs the amount of heat energy. That means whatever the product you are keeping in the refrigerator, it takes the amount of heat energy and makes it very cool. So you are able to feel the coolness of the material which you have kept inside the refrigerator, because this gas have taken the amount of heat from it and broken down into form of a nitrogen and hydrogen. So this type of reaction which absorbs the amount of heat energy is called as an endothermic reaction. Now the next reaction is decomposition reaction. What is the decomposition reaction? Decomposition reaction, it is exactly opposite to the combination reaction. Here one single reactant breakdowns and forms more than one product, that is one single reactant is only there. Exactly opposite, like combination reaction, one product was formed. Here one reactant is participating and forming two to more products. Such type of reaction is called as a decomposition reaction. That is, breaking down of one reactant to more than two products is called as a two or more than two products is called as a decomposition reaction. The reaction in which the heat energy is involved, only the heat energy is involved for breaking down of the reactant, is called as a thermal decomposition. Here we will take one example of ferrous sulfate. You are able to see the crystals of ferrous sulfate inside the test tube, and green color crystals are heated, and we are able to see that the yellowish color, slightly yellowish color gas is started coming out, and the yellow color gas which is coming out is nothing but sulfur dioxide gas which has been decomposed and it is coming out. Whatever the material which is left besides is Fe2O3 and SO3 gas is formed. So we can say that the sulfates ion, that is the greenish color ferrous sulfate ion with having some water molecules, has been decomposed into ferric oxide, and after that it has formed to sulfur dioxide gas which is yellowish in color, and sulfur trioxide gas which is also yellowish in color. That's a mixture of gas which is coming out is basically sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. The another reaction that we are going to see is breaking down of calcium carbonate. Again I will show you one formation, that is you are able to see that calcium carbonate is being broken on a white color substance is being kept inside the test tube and it is heated. When it is heated, you are able to see it is been broken down into calcium oxide, but we are not able to see any change. Slightly yellowish color formation is there, and the gas which is produced of carbon dioxide, now we are passing it into a lime water, and the lime water is turning milky, which shows the confirmation that the carbon dioxide has been decomposed and produced. That is decomposition of calcium carbonate and the carbon dioxide is produced. The remaining powder which is there is calcium oxide. Here is certain activities are shown and given inside your book as 1.6, 1.7 and 1.8. The different decompositions are shown. As first is heat, so we can say this as a thermal decomposition. Lead nitrate is there, and lead nitrate is heated, a white color substance, and what is formed is lead oxide, which is another white color substance, but you are able to see the nitrogen oxide, a brown color gas is coming out. The another one is an electrolysis of water. You need not to do not perform it at home kindly. You are able to see the two pencils which has been sharpened on both the sides. One of the side is connected with wires and it is put inside the water. The another end, which is not connected with the wire, is put inside the water and the electric current is passed, and you are able to see at one of the end of the graphite rod, which is nothing but a pencil, you are able to see a large amount of bubbles are formed, which is nothing but hydrogen gas is produced, and where the another pencil is having a less amount of bubbles, which is oxygen gas. In the reaction itself, you are able to see 2 times of hydrogen is formed and one molecule of water, 1 molecule of oxygen is formed and 2 molecules of hydrogen is formed, and the hydrogen bubbles you are able to see very clearly, which is a large amount production of hydrogen. The another activity is the 1.8, which is nothing but decomposition by photo, that is light. So decomposition by light, we would like to take silver chloride decomposition in the presence of light, which is called as a photochemical reaction. That is, in decomposition reaction we will say as photochemical decomposition reaction. Here you are able to see a white color powder of silver chloride, and the name of the name letters are written on it, and the slide which is written with the letters is glass slide is there, which is kept on the silver chloride, and the light is passed from the below, as you are able to see, and when the light is passed, these black color letters are not allowing the light to pass. Rest of the area you are able to see the light is passing. Once the light has passed, we are now removing the glass slide, and you are able to see where the light has not passed, with the letters that are written on the glass, you are able to see them still white because the light has not passed and they have not decomposed. Whereas rest of the side you are able to see it has turned black because it has turned silver and has been decomposed. So the silver has been decomposed, which is silverish in color, and silver is and has lost chlorine gas. The same concept is with bromine also, and you are able to see that the same thing was used before that times in black and white photography. If you must be having the photographs of your grandparents, you might be having the grandparents' photographs in black and white. So this silver bromide concept was used in black photography, which was way beyond. Nowadays we are not using films or anything. It is electron digital photography that we are using it now. So this type of concepts are no more used. But before that, this silver chloride and silver bromide were the key substances which were used at that time. So this is nothing but photochemical decomposition. So we have learned the 3 types of decomposition. One is thermal decomposition, that is heat decomposition, learning by an example of ferrous sulfate and lead nitrate, calcium carbonate. The second decomposition reaction was with respect to electrolysis, that is electric current which was passed and the water molecules got broke down into hydrogen and oxygen gas. The third decomposition was photochemical decomposition that we saw of silver chloride and silver bromide. One good experiment which has shown clearly that the white area which has remained is not decomposed and the rest of them has decomposed into silver and the chlorine gas was evolved out. So such kind of decomposition reaction are seen. In this particular chapter these are given, so I have shown you all the types of decomposition practically also. So I hope so you must have learned nicely, and in next lecture we are going to continue with the next types of chemical reaction. Thank you.